Welcome to this soothing yoga reset for your body and for your soul. Make your way into a low kneeling or seated position at the back of your mat. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, sigh through the mouth. Let your shoulders melt down away from your ears. And again, breathing in through the nose and sighing the air out through your mouth. One more time. And now you can take your knees nice and wide apart to make your way forward into child's pose. Let your spine round, let your chin tuck so the back of the neck is long. Sink your bottom back towards your heels. If your forehead doesn't reach the mat, you can stack your hands under your head. Do whatever you need to make this posture as comfortable as it can be. You can take a little bit of movement side to side, moving the hips over one way, over the other way, swaying through the shoulders. Reach into the fingers now and tent the fingers so that the hands are like little spiders. Palms lifted, claw the mat with the fingers to draw your body further forward over the legs and take a little sway from side to side, finding that space in the front and the sides of the body. Good. And then bring yourself up to a tabletop position. Wrists come under the shoulders, knees come under the hips. Start to lightly hug your lower belly in towards your spine. We always want to have this pelvic floor and the lower belly engaged for Mula Bandha, the root lock. This is going to support us in our flexibility. So finding that core engagement now. As you inhale, open the chest into a lifted cobra position or up dog. Exhale, push back into child's pose. Doing that again, inhale round through the spine, come forward, open up the chest but stay strong through the thighs so it doesn't come into your lower back too much. Exhale, move back to child's pose. One more time, come forward. Lift the heart. And exhale, move it back to child's pose. Take a full breath here. And a long exhale. In your child's pose, thank yourself for showing up on the mat today. Whatever's going on in the mind and for the body, that's okay. Let everything be exactly as it is. Showing compassion to yourself and patience to your practice. When you're ready, inhale, rise up again to tabletop. Bring your right hand into the center of the mat. Inhale as you open up your left arm into a T shape. And then exhale, thread it underneath that right shoulder. Bring your left shoulder down to the mat and relax your head into the floor. Notice if all your weight is going over to that left knee. Try and square off the hips a little bit. Feeling this juicy stretch through the left shoulder blade. Tent your right fingers in front of your face and use those fingers to push the chest open a little more. Feel this twist coming through the upper spine and into the stomach muscles. Breathe deeply. And then plant your right hand flat. Breathe in to unwind, gaze up to that left thumb. And exhale, place it back down. Other side now. Left hand into the center, right arm goes out and up. Exhale, thread it through underneath, thread the needle on the other side. Draw your left hip back slightly, balance the weight between your hips and your knees, and move around until this stretch feels right for you, and really like you're getting it up into the shoulder and down the arm. Finding those deep breaths. Create space in your upper back with that breath. And then you can plant your left hand, breathe in, unwind, And exhale, place it back down. Tuck the toes under. Take a deep inhale. And then as you exhale, lift the knees and bring your belly onto the thighs. Feel your back flatten out, so push the mat away. So your shoulders come towards the ears. The upper back is flat. Keep that squat in the legs. Keep opening up the chest. And then without moving your shoulders forward, walk the toes back just a couple of centimeters to find this very strong downward facing dog position. If the hamstrings feel tight, just take a little bend to the knees, prioritizing that open chest, tucking the chin so your gaze is towards the belly or the thighs. And then you can take a little walk with the feet. Lift one foot, then the other. Encourage that deeper stretch down the backs of the legs. Good, and then from there, step your left foot forward between the hands. Keep your right knee lifted, and we'll take a twist. Look out towards your left side as you reach the left arm up. And then bring your left elbow down inside that calf. See if you can bring the elbow to the floor. Unwind again, reach up, and then bring it down. We'll just step back to a plank position here. So make a straight line with the body. And then step your right foot forward. Other side, twisting towards that right knee. Reach up with the right fingers. Feel this nice pull in your lower back. And then draw the right elbow down inside the leg. Unwind again, reach up. Bring your hand down. We'll step it back to downward dog once more. Take that pause to reset. And then bring the knees down. Sit back onto the heels. We'll just stretch out those wrists. So making little circles with the fists. And then bring your backs of your hands in front of you. Stretch out the backs of the wrists. And then take the fingers towards you, palms away. Stretch out the undersides of the wrists. Especially if you're newer to yoga, it can feel like a lot on the wrist, but as we develop and as we learn to really push down through all 10 fingers and both palms, that will start to soften and the wrist will get stronger and it won't hurt so much anymore. So bring yourself forward again when you're ready. Push back to downward dog. Inhale, reach your left leg high. Find a three-legged dog. And then bring it forward, step it between the hands again. This time the right knee will come down. Feel strong through your lower belly and then lift up into a lifted low lunge. Fingertips can interlace. Let the shoulders come up towards the ears and feel how this creates length in the body. Take a breath here. Another deep inhale in, and then as you exhale, your left arm comes down to the inside of the left knee and your right arm goes back behind you. Coming into an open twist. So same arm as leg is forward, same arm as leg is back. And then maybe it feels good to bring your right hand all the way down onto the back of your right thigh. And then use that left forearm to help push you around. Twisting from the belly. Gazing back behind you if that's okay for your neck. And then we'll lift that left arm for a reverse peaceful warrior variation. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring the arms down with control. And we'll step back to downward dog again. Inhale, reach your right leg high now. Keep the hips square. Bring it forward with control. Step it quietly between the hands. Good. Your left knee will come down. Lighten through the upper body and then rise up to a lifted low lunge. Just settle into the posture. Notice any differences on this side. Observe whatever is going on for your body and your mind. And then from there, right arm comes down inside the right knee and slowly take your left arm back behind you. Gaze towards that back thumb. Find your balance. Then bring it down onto that back thigh. Feel the twist coming through your mid belly and your spine. And then if it felt good on the other side, take that peaceful warrior variation, reaching your right arm back. Good, and then from there, bring it forward. Step your left foot forward to meet your right foot and fold deeply into the legs. You can bend your knees as much as you need to bring your belly onto your thighs. And bow the head down. Take a nice sway from side to side. Let gravity pull more length into your spine. Keep your chin tucked so that the back of the neck is long. Good, and just staying here for these few breaths, feeling this amazing stretch in the backs of the legs. Good, and then lift halfway. Inhale, open up the chest, fingertips come to the shins. Try and make a flat back with your spine so we're not rounding. Really lift through the front of the chest as you push the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold forward into the legs again. See if you can fold a little deeper. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees as much as you need. And 1 more. Open up. And exhale, fold. Good. From here, walk your feet a little wider. Turn your toes out and your heels in. Walk both hands over to that right foot and then bow forward over that right leg. Keep pulling back through your left hip and bring your left fingers around to the outside of your right foot so you feel that stretch come down your left side body. Keep as much of a bend in the knees as you need to be able to touch the floor. And then we'll go back the other way. Over to that left side, letting that side body stretch come in. Good, and then bring it back to center. Come down into a little yogi squat. If your heels don't reach the mat yet, that's okay. Just use your fingers to support you and keep working on that hip and ankle mobility. You can keep your hands at heart center if you can balance there. Just take a little bit of movement side to side. Good, and then bring your hands down. Step your left foot back. So you're in a lunge position, but your right foot is on the outside of your right hand. And try and have that right foot quite far forward. So we're in a lizard lunge here. Take a little bit of a rock forward and back. And then we'll bring the back knee down. If it's already enough, stay up on your fingers or even grab some blocks to lift yourself up a little more. If this feels good and you want to deepen the stretch, bring your elbows down to the mat. Finding your lizard variation, the one that feels best for your body today. Remembering that with flexibility, there is no rush. We have time to build that trust in our bodies and develop. So truly take the option that works best for your body today, and that is where you will develop. Good. Continuing to take those deep breaths, maybe feeling any tight muscles start to soften in this posture. Notice any challenging moments that come up. Maybe your mind tells you to come out. And as long as there's no pain that feels like an injury, then we can stay. Good. And then come up again. Plant your hands securely. Bring your right heel in slightly and see if you can step forward to that little squat again. Take a couple of steps if you need to. And then step your right foot back for the lizard on the other side. left foot will crawl forward, and then take a little bit of a rock forward and back in that lizard lunge. Just noticing any differences on this side. Keep staying with your breath or coming back to your breath as much as you can here. Bring your back knee down, and then again either staying up in your lizard lunge here, or maybe coming down onto the elbows if you can. Again, noticing, is it different on this side? Is it more open? Is it a little bit tighter? Don't always feel you need to take the exact same variation on each different side of the body. Feel as you breathe how the hips might melt slightly down towards the floor. Good, and then you can gently walk your hands back up and step that front foot forward again, back foot forward again. And then you can sit down onto your bottom and just scoot to the center of your mat. Take the soles of your feet together. If when you sit like this, your spine really rounds, option is to take a cushion or a block or something underneath your sitting bones so that you have a little more space to keep that upright spine. And then here we can just bounce the knees, maybe feel a stretch coming into the hips and the inner thighs. Maybe you don't. So holding onto the feet, or even taking the peace fingers around the big toes. Take an inhale to grow long, and then as you exhale, hinge forward over the legs. Allow your spine to round a little bit here. Only come down as far as feels good. Maybe you're using your elbows to push your knees outwards a little more. Maybe you just let the spine round and totally relax your head and neck. Take some deep breaths into your upper back. When you're ready, come upright and bring your left leg out along the floor. Bring your right knee in towards you as close as feels good, and that allows you to find a tall spine. Wrap your left arm around that right knee and twist around towards your right side. So you're twisting towards that bent knee, twisting from the center of the belly rather than just through the shoulders. Another full inhale. Exhale, turn to the center and switch sides. Right leg goes long, flex the toes, left knee comes in, and then wrap the opposite arm around the knee and twist towards the opposite side now. Gaze behind you. Breathe down into your belly. Another inhale and exhale back into the middle. From there you can make your way all the way down onto your back. Take your palms to face upwards. Move so that you feel comfortable and take the feet out as wide as the mat. Coming into Savasana, the final resting position, corpse pose. Take a full inhale and then sigh the air out. You can let go of any effort with the breath. Just let your breath be natural. Let go of any sense of trying. And just allow yourself to be exactly as you are. be still and to rest. Now just wiggle your fingers and toes, and then gently make your way over to lying on one side. From there, use your hands to press yourself up sideways to a seated position, coming to the center of your mat, and just taking whatever seated position feels best, finding a tall spine. Take a couple of deeper breaths again. And then bring your hands to heart center, bow your head. Thank yourself for practicing yoga today. The light in me sees and acknowledges the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you are feeling fully reset after this yoga practice. Let me know how you found it in the comments and what you would like to see next. I hope you have the most beautiful day. See you soon. Bye.